Hey all, it's another weekend and another set of regionals. This time we have the Italians and then we have the Canadians, Vancouver, coming in with the results. But then we also have the WGP Indonesia as well. So we have some of that there. Yeah, just another weekend, just another good old weekend. My BCS is coming up pretty soon, so it'll be pretty cool to start seeing my results popping up here, at least for the Australians. Yeah, that should be quite cool. But let's get started with the Vancouver BCS. With the standard top 8, we have the 3 Flagberg, 2 Prison, and 1 Kyrie, Gravidia, or Nirvana. So lots of Flagberg representation there. The one that took it home is someone very unfamiliar with. It's Sergio Ramiro. So I think it was like some BCS, I think 2018, right? Playing Gold Paladin. So finally get to make it back to Worlds with the in the standard format at least. Playing Kyrie as well, the only one there. And second was Patrick Juan with the Seraph Snow, and then third was Bailey Carrot with the Seraph as well. And lastly, fourth was Monish Harsh Shodom with the Flagberg. So one of the 3 Flagbergs actually, only one of them made it to top 4. So, ooh, kind of rough, right? Kind of rough. But then we have the V Premium lineup. We have the 3 Gear Chronicles, with the 1 Great Nature, 1 Gold Paladin, Bermuda Triangle, Angel Feather, and Oracle Think Tank. So 3 Gear Chronicles, right? Not as much as we've seen, maybe in some of the other regions, right? We've seen like way more. But guess what makes it to top 4? We have the winner here, Kenzo Raphael, being the Steam Maiden. Second was Charlie Tran, so this is Card Dweeb. With another Steam Maiden deck. Third we have Sean Coe with the Malkuth deck. Actually, that one's quite unique. But then in 4th place you've got Bailey Carrot again with the Steam Maiden as well. So basically all the Steam Maidens won their matches in top 8 and made it to top 4. And this is what we have, right? A very stacked top 4. Now I thought we probably already saw all the Steam Maiden decks. But hey, this is actually Charlie's Steam Maiden deck coming with a bit of a different take on it. A lot of cards still the same, but he added in some of the Engilsa actually, with one of the Time Leaper Dragons. And also an interesting order. And then what you can kind of do is you can kind of cheese out a second force mark from Engilsa by targeting the order. And you can't write the order, so you end up writing Engilsa again. That gives you another force, and then you can go into LOL with like a triple force kind of combo. So kind of interesting, kind of a nice way to sneak more forces around. But apart from that, the rest of it is just very I guess normal, right? Normal Steam Maiden stuff. And then we also have the Malkuth deck here that came third. Yeah, just a bit of everything, to be honest. You know, we got the 1 Gabriel, the new Malkuth, and it's not a full Malkuth deck. It looks like it's just like an Angel Feather deck. So kind of interesting, right? It's kind of interesting. It runs some stuff that I haven't seen before. Pure Basket Angel. Okay, cool. But yeah, pretty cool to see a unique take on the deck and doing so well with it. And then lastly, for premium, we have the top 8 here. We have 2 Pale Moon, 2 Gear Chronicle, and then we have the 1 Aqua Force, Bermuda Triangle, Tachikaze, and Angel Feather. And then what ended up top 4 was actually just 2 Steam Maidens and then 2 Nightmare Dolls. The 2s. Right, so first was Charlie Chow, was Danny Nguyen, both piloting Steam Maiden. That was Hao Rong Ling, and then fourth was Nathan Bantug with the 2 Nightmare Dolls. And the most interesting part of the top 8, I guess. Right, here's another Steam Maiden list. But this time for premium, you see, to run some of the stuff that we just saw. Right, we have like a Glisa, you got the Time Leaper Dragon, running 1 LOL as well. Yeah, otherwise this is just Steam Maiden premium. And you can kind of do the ride down plays. It's very popular at the moment, right? That's it. Let's look at Italy. So Italy standard, we have the 3 Gravidia and then 1 Prison, 1 Flagberg, Basagra, Greedon, and Tamayura. But then taking home, end of the day, was Gabriel Sala, going first with the Gravidia, and then second was Angelo Sanchez with a Tamayura. Right, third was Alessandro Leon with a Flagberg, and then fourth was Simone Todd with a Seraph. Most of the lists are here to see. I'm seeing on the Tamayura one though. But then in V Premium though, this one does an easy graph. Easy pie chart to make. 7 Gear Chronicle and then 1 Grand Blue. So we're searching for the favored full LL picture. We're nearly there. Right, we're nearly there except one person spoiled it with Grand Blue. And then if you look at the top 4, we have some interesting names here. We've got Hal Satchwell first place with Steam Maiden. Then beating out Jay Kobus in second place for Steam Maiden as well. So both actually making their invite to Worlds. Third, we got Emmanuel with Steam Maiden. And then fourth, we got Felice Ruggiero with Steam Maiden as well. So, yeah, this reminds me kind of like the Youthberg graphic we saw like a while back. But with Steam Maidens, which is arguably just as strong, if not more meta dominating than it. And then in the premium side for Italy, you have 2 Narukami, 1 Grand Blue, Genesis, Dark and Regular, Mega Colony, Murukuma, and Dimension Blue. So quite a lot of decks with this one. Nothing too pronounced like Steam Maidens. And then what made it through was first place was Regalia. This was piloted by Mo as well, very well known to be a Genesis main. Second place was Flagberg Order Colony, which was apparently piloted by Stephen Hu. And third was Sweep Vowing, which is Narukami by Kalen. And then fourth was Andrea Gali with the NLK or Dark Regulars. So yeah, very cool. Unfortunately, no lists. We don't have the list for these. There were some that would probably be interesting to see, like the Flagberg one or the NLK one. But that's that. And then finally, we have the WGP Indonesia, right? So this time, the top 8, we have 2 Youthberg, 2 Lutetia, 2 Ava. So a bunch of 2s, and then 1 Prison and 1 Overlord. Not sure if Ebisu was actually legal for this, because this was like a outside of Japan kind of tournaments, but yeah, no Ebisus, right? If it was legal. And then here in the finals, we have the two Youthbergs making it the top 2. So first was Aljanto Nugur Hatama with the Youthberg beating out Arthur, the other Youthberg player, then beating Joven and Andra with the Eva, and then Vidal Putra Wikasono with Lutetia sneaking through there. So pretty cool, right? Nice. And then in the V side, we have the 3 Gear Chronicles, 2 Gold Paladins, 2 Bermuda Triangle, and 1 Royal Paladin. Surprisingly, the Gear Chronicle is not as, again, big as before, but how many of them made it into top 4? Right, we'll take a look here. So the top 4 was won by Dafa Isyard Adila with the Steam Maiden, and the second was actually Cheerful Adam Hetians with the Celity. Right, you don't normally see a lot of Celity. And then we have Wayu Indra Prasetya with the Royal Paladins, and the fourth was Matthew BK with Spectral. So only one Steam Maiden made it through, right? But still, it's still another win for Steam Maidens, you know? It's still another win. At this point, we have to be wondering, when are they going to hit it, right? When are they going to hit it? Maybe you all should make some bets on it, right? You have November, we have December, we've got January, before, you know, it's just before Worlds there. Otherwise, it is maybe after Worlds. Okay? And then the next one we have here is the Celly deck. Kind of see 8 draws, a bunch of the same copies of itself because it does the show copy shenanigans, right? But otherwise, Celly making it all the way through, that is quite surprising, right? That is quite surprising. Yeah, interesting. And then in the premium side, we have 2 Bermuda Triangles, 1 Narukami, Spike Brothers, Gear Chronicle, Tachikaze, Novograph, and Link Joke. So very open top 8 again for premium, which is quite cool. And in the top 4, we have his first place was Bung Eddie with the Narukami. And then second was Kevin Pratama with the Spike Brothers. Third was 30 with Asura Kaiser. Right, you're actually seeing that correct. It is Asura Kaiser. And then fourth was Weerab with the Steam Maiden premium list as well. So of course, some interesting highlights to see. First off, we do have the Spike Brothers list here. which looks to be like kind of a just Rise Nova Green kind of just be aggressive, right? Be aggressive, push damage, and then just go into Galley and do your combos there. And then second list that's interesting is kind of this Assure Kaiser list, right? So this Assure Kaiser list, what it looks like is you just ride a stride into the new guy, I think. And then you just do a bunch of attacks during the main phase, and you're gonna lose a bunch of drives. But then you can kind of reset that with the new Assure Kaiser. So you just like pop it down, and then bam, you're into this Assure Kaiser that can at least do twin drive. So that's kind of extra pressure because you've still been pushing out a lot of attacks. So yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Like, don't get me wrong, Nova Grapple, we haven't seen much, but this is like much more of a combo deck versus like, the good old Nova Grapple just kind of rush and just push damage kind of thing. This is like combo, get your pieces, and then use the Assure Kaiser name to get some attacks and get some drive refresh, right? And then lastly, we have the last list I kind of want to see is just this Tachikaze list. They make it top 8. Yeah, it's Tachikaze. This one's a bit of a weird one, bit of a doozy, right? We got the Spino drivers, right? Followed by Angle Blade, 2 random Angle Bladers, yeah. So a bit of a kind of a mixed split. You get to kind of really pop off really hard if you do have the pieces. Otherwise, just still playing a normal game and hoping for the best. And it's not like Tachikaze can't do that. It's like some very, very scary strides. Still got the Biros and all that to kind of push the game. Pretty cool to see. Pretty good to see this actually doing quite well, right? Making the top 8. But yeah, nice. So yeah, those are kind of the lists this week. Again, right? Gear Chronicle doing pretty well, not just in V and Premium, but definitely like the deck to beat in V at the moment. And pretty much like I feel like it is a tier 0 format. It pretty much is a tier 0 format. Like Steam Maidens just like that good. So if you're playing Vs, kind of want to get used to it. But I think it's also kind of funny that a lot of players, at least the old ones, are still more willing to play V than they are to play Overdress, right? So they somehow land on the same day, and it looks like a lot of people are still willing to play V. So hey, ban over triggers, right? With that, that's it from me. Let me know in the comments what you all think, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.